Welcome. In today's lesson, we're going to be discussing how to grow your list so that you can sell them in the future with your marketing campaigns. So really the best way, one of the best ways to grow your list is just to have a profitable marketing structure. So let's say you're running a Google Ads campaign, search campaign, and you're driving traffic to your website. And for every dollar you're putting into that campaign, you're making at least $1.10 profit, or something beyond that $1 investment in profit, right? That sort of campaign that's very scalable, right? So you could continue to increase the amount of money that you're putting into the campaign and get money back. That will give you a large size customer base that you can run future email marketing campaigns to. Plus, a certain amount of people are going to go to your site, not necessarily make a purchase, but they'll sign up for your newsletter, right? So just dollar per dollar, that is the best way to go about it. Now, obviously, that's not always possible, especially if you're optimizing your campaigns and you're A/B testing, or you're having a new business, or your marketing campaigns just haven't been that profitable just yet. They're still being optimized. So that's not always doable for a lot of businesses, but that ideally is the best way to grow your list. And that way you're not kind of breaking any of the rules or falling into the gray areas with a lot of the email efforts that you might be doing. Next to that would be lead generation ads. So the strategy behind this is essentially creating a standalone web page within your website, and then sending traffic to that web page, getting people to sign up. So oftentimes what we've done is offer like some kind of like a free sample, free download, free consult. For my own business, it's a free consultation, and then sending people to that site, and they would enter their email address, and you would give them whatever offering that you have for that email, that download, that free sample, that consultation, whatever it might be. And then you would use that email for future marketing efforts. And this will apply to SMS marketing, text message marketing, any sort of marketing that you're really doing. You're just trying to get that information from the customer. These can be profitable. Again, ideally you want just a profitable marketing campaign that's scalable. But lead generation campaigns can also deliver good results. It's just something that you kind of have to A/B test. And there's a few things that you kind of have to know. Mainly, it's your overall lifetime customer value. So how much money do you make with your average customer for the lifespan of them being a customer with you? Your cost per sign up. So if you're running Google Ads, how much does it cost for each one of those people to go to your landing page and sign up on your website? And then what's the conversion rate from those signups, right? So if 100 people sign up, how many of those 100 convert and actually become customers? Now, I should also mention that there are Facebook lead generation ads and Google lead generation ads. Those can also be effective. Those are actually, often deliver better results. And those are just simple form ads that you've probably seen them on Facebook and Google, where you would just click and enter your email right there on Facebook and submit it there. So you're not actually being sent to a page. So it removes that additional step of going to a website that they might not know, and you're able to get signups usually much easier. So those would be two other options outside of the standalone landing page, right? So if you have, let's just say you're paying $1 per click or $1 per sign up for your lead generation efforts, either through Facebook lead generation ads, Google lead generation ads, or a standalone landing page. So it costs you $100 for 100 signups, right? And 10% of those sign up, and your average customer lifetime value is, let's just say $100, right? So you would in essence be making $1,000 for the $100 that you spent to get those 100 leads. That's obviously a very simplified example of lead generation ads, but that's essentially what you would be going after. So really, it's those two. Really, I would say focus on creating a marketing campaign that's profitable and scalable. Would definitely be the best way to go. Once you're there, you can certainly test lead generation campaigns, but at that point, it's kind of obsolete, right? Because you have a marketing structure that is scalable And, it's really, yeah, I mean, growing your subscriber base is definitely a beneficial thing. But if you have a machine where for every dollar you're putting in, you're getting profitable results back, just continue to increase the budget on that, and have that be your main focus, and you'll get a certain amount of subscribers. If you scale that to, whatever it might be, $5,000, $10,000 a day, you'll get a lot of subscribers just from the overflow effect of people coming to your site and people, purchasing your products and whatnot. Lead generation campaigns on their own is definitely something that could be tested, at any point in your marketing efforts. Now, we're going to get into list purchasing, which is kind of the main thing that's covered in this course. And really the reason for that is because it's definitely dollar per dollar ROI the most beneficial. Outside of having just a campaign where every dollar you put in, you get a certain amount back. But you can purchase customer data, you can purchase business data, you can purchase any sort of market that you're going after, and it's very, very cheap, right? You're talking about a few, 1 or 2 cents per email address to maybe 20 cents plus for more targeted sort of information. So for our own business, we're data brokers as well as an agency. We sell lists of 10,000 contacts, and that that's $500, and that includes full name, physical address, phone numbers, all sorts of information about the potential customer that you're marketing to, right? So you're looking at pennies per email, and if you're able to get a decent conversion rate off of that, it's an extremely profitable way to go. The downside of that, you're getting into breaking the rules potentially with a lot of these email managers that you would be using, like MailChimp or another service that's similar to that. There are a lot of workarounds to that to make sure that you're able to send out campaigns and make them very, very profitable. It's a great ROI on this, but you are getting into a bit of a gray area as far as rule breaking goes. Also, depending on where you're located, the spam rules might affect you as well. So definitely check the platforms. Make sure you read all the rules that are involved. Make sure you understand the laws in your area, because the laws in Canada are much different than they are in America, and the European laws are much different than both of those. So I would say definitely have a good understanding of what you're getting into with this. That being said, it's an extremely profitable way to go. And with what I'm kind of showing you in this course, you're going to learn how to purchase lists and be able to get those, get any sort of emails you want delivered to those lists and have them convert into customers. So what you can do is just do a Google search for, whatever kind of customer you're going after, CBD customers, CBD customer list for sale, for real estate agents, homeowners in a particular area. And you'll get a plethora of different companies that sell this sort of information. It's a huge industry, and it can get as targeted as you want. For business to business, you're going to find that sort of information is much easier to obtain. Actually getting verified customers that have purchased a product, that's going to be a lot more difficult. There's brokers that sell, this is a list of people that have opted in to receive information about whatever sort of product that you're selling. Those they're a waste of time. They're just not going to, because a person that signs up for an email list isn't necessarily the same person that is going to convert into a customer, right? So what you want is actual verified customers, and that can take a bit of searching, but that data is out there. And then, as I said in the previous video, you also, if it's at all possible, focus on B2B, because that kind of data, we sell a really high amount of that sort of data, where it's, the business owner's name or the decision maker's name, email address, physical address, whatever it might be. And then when you're purchasing the data, also try and get as much information as possible. Don't just obtain the email address. You want, at the very least, you want the name of the person, their email address. Those are the two things that are absolutely essential. And then outside of that, you can have their physical address, phone number, and any other sort of information. And usually the cost difference for that isn't too much, because they're, if they go to a business license and they collect their email address and name, their physical address is there as well. So it's usually all listed out, in one listing. And the reason that you would want that physical address and phone number is because you might use it in future marketing campaigns, right? You might decide, in a month, whatever it might be, to do a direct mail marketing campaign where you send a physical postcard to all the businesses on that list, or all the business owners on that list. And the price difference really isn't anything substantial. You can also take all the phone numbers from this data and all the email addresses and create a Facebook customer list or a Google customer list audience, right? And those are basically audiences where you can run ads and target just those people in that list. It's really the most targeted marketing you can really do. And so, I mean, that's definitely a very profitable way to go. So you could do something where it's an email campaign and then a Google ad campaign targeting just those people with ads. And that kind of creates an omnipresence sort of marketing, which is just marketing that would be seen everywhere, right? So you could, oh, they got an email, and then you send them a direct mail, a postcard in the mail, and then they go on Facebook and they see your ad, and they go on Google and they see, so it's kind of all encompassing. And that sort of marketing can be really profitable if you have higher profit margins. If you're kind of selling lower end products, it's a bit of oversaturation, and doesn't really there's a bit point of no return very quickly. So when purchasing the data, you really just kind of got to look around and see all the options that are out there. There's even freelancer websites. I mean, Fiverr, there's a ton of guys on there that sell data. It's just you want to make sure that it's as targeted as possible. And if you're able to focus more on the business to business side, you'll be able to attain a lot of that data quite easily. Whereas verified customers, you'll have a lot of brokerages that say they have that, but when you actually purchase it and try and run campaigns to them, you'll notice that it just really doesn't deliver good results. And there's going to be a little bit of trial and error in the data purchasing and where you're getting the list from and how you can kind of optimize it. There's a lot of lists that you can kind of get where, and there's even like data mining programs that you can purchase yourself to sort of run, but it's just, those are just collecting emails off of websites, right? So you'll get a lot of emails that say support at the business name or website.com or admin. Those are just worthless. They're not, first of all, you don't have any additional information. You don't have their first name, or, any of the other information, but those are sent emails all day long from just a ton of different people, and they're just not going to be responsive. You can't really tailor the emails to your audience with those sorts of emails. Now, when you're purchasing their name and their email, what you can do is actually tailor the emails, and we'll get into that in later lessons. You can actually tailor the emails to that person, right? So you can say, "Hi, John, here's some information about X, Y, and B," right? And those sorts of tailored emails get a much better response, and you can include their name in the header and subheader, and you'll get much better open rates and usually much better conversion rates as well. So as far as growing the list, by far the best way to go is create a marketing structure that's profitable for every dollar you're putting in. It's scalable, right? We definitely have the whole Marketing Master program is really kind of around that if you want to check that out. Lead generation campaigns can also be very effective, but they're kind of obsolete if you have a marketing structure that's profitable and scalable, right? However, they're worth A/B testing, and those can be done with standalone landing pages, Facebook ads, Google ads, and just kind of see what results you get. But I would say if budget's an issue, or you kind of want to get the best ROI, focus on that scalable marketing campaign that's just a money machine, right? But list purchasing is really kind of up there with those sorts of campaigns where you're able to purchase a large amount of data very, very cheaply. It can be very targeted, and done correctly, you can make sure that these campaigns are sent out and are delivered to these email addresses, and you get very, very good conversion rates from those. And that's what we'll start diving into now. So I'll see you on the next lesson. Thanks.